All right, sweet.
Okay. So do you want to go over the stuff from 2 weeks ago first, just briefly, like how you think you've
Yeah,
been getting on with that?
yeah, that would be good. Um, Let me just get up my Google Docs just to read through some of my notes.
Yeah, sure.
So we looked at math last
Mm-hmm.
time, right? The mid range feels so much better, and
That's good.
obviously with rollback, it's even more apparent when I'm doing stuff right. I've got rid of a lot of the like super early aerial stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and a lot of my openings are now off of either sniping them out of the air or um, getting a really late downer. I kind of
Yeah.
noticed that a lot of Marths against Falco specifically do like to just hold shield a lot.
Yeah.
So as soon as they get hit out of laser, I'm not really encountering many Marths that are just swinging. Now that
Yeah.
I'm actually looking for it.
Yeah. I think now whether moths hold shield a lot because they don't know how to act out of it or they're doing it like consciously, um, it's hard to tell. But I feel like especially with the late aerial versus early aerial stuff, like the options moths tend to pick, you lose either way, depending on whether you do late or like say he dashes back, like you're just gonna lose the interaction regardless. So I think doing the late aerial, which covers that like extra layer, is really nice. And like you say, if you're playing people that don't like throw out stuff, then yeah, late aerial becomes like really good.
Yeah, so I've kind of noticed that
Hmm.
risk reward, I guess, of like it doesn't matter if I throw out an early aerial or a high air, like a late aerial because it loses to the same thing. And if you do a later one, it feels like if you go for an overshoot laser, it's even harder for them to tell.
Yeah,
So if they
definitely.
preemptively dash back and rather than do a late aerial, you do a laser, it's like even better. Whereas if you're only doing high aerials, they see, oh, as soon as he's jumped, he's aerial, so I can dash back. So
Yeah,
it gets rid of like a lot. People seem a lot more scared to act out of shield or act out of laser
yeah,
now.
that's good. Um,
Um,
yeah, I will say that with the laser as well, like especially if you notice somebody only does shield or dashing back, is at that point it just becomes an execution test on your side of whether you can do your lasers low enough or delayed enough to avoid power shield, and then if you can do that, then you just kind of stomp them. Um,
yeah, I've
yeah,
noticed that a lot more. So like I tend to stomp a lot of people that would normally bring games closer than they should have been.
that's sick.
Um, and I get a lot more openings as well because like
Yeah,
now I don't feel so pressured to always go in, so I can like go in and then just like shine wave dash back. And if I get like a full length wave dash there, grab will whiff, so I can start pressure again, or I'm just covering rolls. And
yeah, no, that's good.
I find I'm not having to pressure them directly to actually pressure them now.
Yeah,
Whereas before, in the mid range especially, I felt like I was always the one under pressure.
yeah, no, it should be the opposite way. Like that's like one of your win condition ranges a lot of the time. So yeah, it's good that that feels better now. I'm trying to
I
think.
think
Yeah, go
I
on.
think I was going to say I think also being better at landing where I want to with my lasers means that I'm not getting caught out. Like I think a lot of the time I was getting into the mid range positions when I didn't want to be
Yeah,
because I would like go too far forward or I would go yeah mainly I would just like overshoot the where I wanted to land with the laser. So I think placing my lasers better is like allow me to choose when I go in and out.
yeah, you're just like more prepared for the situation that's going to come up instead of it feeling a bit random what range you're going to end up at.
End up in yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then the other things, I'm just looking at the notes from last session. So, did you get around to doing any of the like punish game stuff, like practicing an Uncle Punch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I especially on FD, I'm a lot better at hitting the like late dare shine
Yeah,
stuff.
that's good.
Uh, and the early, like I noticed a lot of the early game ones when I was watching them back, I was missing that, so I'm missing a lot less. I
Mm-hmm.
still struggle sometimes on platforms,
Yeah.
but I find doing like bear or forward air around 30 40 is helping with that a bit. So
Yeah,
rather than try and pillar, just try and knock them away, and then you just wait for them to swing, and you can just hit them again for free, kind of.
yeah. I will say when I was watching over the Fox games, side platform follow ups were one of the things I wanted to talk about a lot. So
Yeah.
it isn't surprising to me that that's part of the matchup you still struggle with. Just
Yes.
across the board, it seems like it's something that you're not too familiar with. Um,
I seem to struggle on recognizing when they're going to land on the platform versus
mhm.
when I can shine, and also um, realizing when it's like a 50-50 cover or when I've got like a kind of guaranteed
Yeah.
punish. I don't I don't really seem to do it, but if I'm starting from the floor, I guess,
Mhm.
and I hit a shine, I will never I don't think I ever wave land onto platform and then try and cover stuff. I will always try and like shine the landing or shine their tech roll.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's right or not.
It's very dependent on like percent and how they DI. Um, I
Seems to be about 30-40. So after like your standard down air shine or like once you've hit them twice, the third shine, the one that's going to stale them, seems to be when I mess it up, I
Is this
think.
on Spaces? Are
Yeah,
you
so
talking?
specifically Fox Falco, yeah.
Yeah, so I think the Waveland onto the platform's best around that percent. The problem with the low percents in that is if you land on the platform and they miss tech, you're kind of like you don't really have anything you can do because if you shine them, then they get the spooky stun a lot of the time, and if
Mm.
you up tilt, then if they hold out a lot of the time, you can't actually like follow up, or
Okay.
it becomes like a read on like how they DI the up tilt, which I'm not a fan of. So I think at the lower percents, you usually want to be below them, and then I'll bring this up once I see the situation, but you can like 50-50 tech in place or everything else that they do. Um, and then yeah, once they get to like 30 or 40, you can start wave landing on top of them, and then go for a tech chase from there if you want to.
Okay.
Because then like if up tilt hits, you get like up tilt forward smash or up tilt shine or whatever. So it's a bit more worthwhile, I think. Um,
Okay, that makes sense.
but it's definitely very situational, like whether you have time to get there, how they DI'd. Like sometimes um, they DI so far away that you can't actually land next to them in time. So then you have to go for a read instead of a reaction and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it'll be easier to use some of the examples from your games and sort of go over that.
Yeah, it just seems to be. I think my default tends to be shine their tech in place and then try and cover with like a push off shine.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only real thing that I go for. Unless I've got like a hard read that they're gonna take away, then I'll just try and cover the take away with shine. But everything's sort of like revolving around shining them.
Yeah, I think that is good. You just got to be aware of like what their counterplay is and what situations you can or can't get the shine in.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, that just comes a lot with like practice and watching for that specific situation. Um, okay, was there anything you wanted to bring up before we watch the games, or just like your thoughts in general?
I think defensively I wasn't great again.
Mm-hmm.
I think I still feel like I'm getting comboed harder than I should be
Right.
in a lot of the situations, or I'm missing techs I shouldn't miss. I don't really like. Obviously, net play isn't an excuse now for that.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it's something to do with me. I don't L cancel with hard press either, so I don't think it's like I'm being locked out with that.
Yeah.
Um, I think I understand the matchup a lot more now, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Yeah, it's just weird stuff like the like reacting to a defensive situation where like they can double up tilt up smash me, or they can like
Yeah.
up smash and then I don't DI away, so I get up smashed again. Like small thing, like small defensive things like that. I think is kind of holding me back in that situation now.
I will say sometimes it can be like you don't accept that you're going to get comboed here, so then you're still trying to win the situation when you should sort of like accept it and know you have to start trying to DI now instead.
Yeah,
I don't know if that happens to you, but
Yeah, for you, is that like a conscious switch between like offense and defense? Like you have to think, okay, now it's defense. Like I should be
Uh,
playing defensively.
it's like a bit of both. If it's a situation I'm really comfortable with, like I already know what's gonna happen, kind of, so then I just automatically switch. But then if it's like a weird situation that I'm not 100% used to, I'm kind of like, right, I can't follow up now, so I need to play defense.
Yeah, for me, it
Um,
feels like low percent scrambles. It seems to be like I'm not sure if I can win it, but I
hmm,
always default to offense in that situation as opposed to
yeah,
defense.
they're the hardest ones, and sometimes it's about reacting, but again, like you can react faster if you know what's likely to happen.
Okay.
So I think just understanding the scrappy situations more will help. And that was one of the other main things I saw Luke getting a lot of mileage from is like when you're both up close, he would tend to win a lot of the time. Um,
Yeah, I felt like if I had space to open him up with lasers, I just kind of controlled it. I didn't.
yeah, definitely.
But as soon as he got inside my range, yeah, he would just sort of like scrap a lot better than I would.
Yeah, it definitely felt like when you were fighting on like your terms, you were kind of bodying him, honestly. Um, the biggest change I saw, to be honest, was just some of the dealing with full hop stuff that we talked about
Hmm.
from the games with Fong. Like I could definitely see how you were trying to space around his full hop and like punish him landing and stuff like that. And you got a lot of good openings off of it, which is really nice to see.
Yeah, yeah, that's good because I have been putting in a decent amount of like conscious effort to try and do that. But
Yeah.
now it feels like if they're not full hopping and they're staying grounded, like
hmm
now I'm starting to struggle with that style. So, but it's good
Yeah.
because I mean I've got answers for like half of the matchup. It feels.
Yeah, and eventually it kind of wraps around. Like that's the stage I'm up to be honest, where like I know all the answers now. It's just kind of like piecing them together and figuring out what to do versus what opponent. But yeah, you'll eventually get to the point where you figure out the ground game, and then you're like, shit, this guy's jumping again. But then you already know
Yeah,
what to do versus him jumping. So yeah, it's just about getting good at switching between styles.
yeah. So I think I've got half of it. Not down, but I think I've got a good idea of what to do with half of it now. I just need to get the
Mm-hmm.
other half going.
Sick. Okay. Can you see my screen? Oh,
Yeah.
sick. Okay. Um, yeah, so I'll just pause it when I see some of the stuff I've sort of thought about when I was watching. I was going to say as well, the ledge still felt very scary for you when you're on it. I don't know if you feel the same way when you're on the ledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it's worth talking about that. My last lesson with, I think it was last lesson with Freementari. Um, we talked a lot about the ledge in that as well. I don't know if you've seen his lesson.
No, I've not watched it yet.
Okay, so that might be worth watching at some point after this. But we basically talked about how when you're on the ledge, it's basically just the same as being in the corner, except you get invincible startup on your moves. Um, so, for example, if he's full hopping, if you were in the corner, you'd be looking to like dash dance and then whiff punish, or maybe laser him coming down. And like you can do the same things from the ledge, right? You can do ledge dash and then dash dance, or you could double laser his full hop. Um, so just thinking about it like through that lens seemed to help him a lot. I won't go into it too much just because I kind of explained it already in the other lesson. Um, but I will say Luke does a lot of full hop to cover the corner, or like to cover you on the ledge. Um,
Yes.
so the main options I would be thinking about are ledge dash shield, ledge dash and then dash dance around his full hop landing, laser land to the platform, ledge dash roll through him as well can be good. The thing with full hop is it's quite non-committal for Fox, and he can do a lot of things out of it. So it's a lot harder to have like one option that beats it, compared to like, say he was always running shining you when you're on ledge. Like that's a very, it beats like double laser specifically, right? So it's quite easy to come up with, like a list of options that beat it. But with full hop, like it's kind of ambiguous what he's covering. Um, So it's kind of weird in the sense of like there isn't a straight what beats what with it, which is why it's so good. But like I say, ledge dash, dash dance, laser land, ledge dash shield, ledge dash roll, they're all like good options to deal with it. Whereas I felt like you did a lot of I think I saw a couple of aerials from ledge that got hit by it. But like with this one, you see how like you got past the full hop fine. It was just you lost the situation after.
Yes.
So yeah, whenever you ledge dash, you decide to ledge dash shield, you should be really ready to play a shield pressure situation after. Otherwise, like, what was the point of doing the shield in the first place, right? So versus Luke specifically, I really like just holding shield and then waiting for him to do a high aerial. So I would have held shield after this bear, and then he does a rising nair after this shine. So then you get a free shine out of shield, right?
Yes.
A lot of foxes, like, if you go on rollback matchmaking, you will play a lot of foxes that just run up to you and do shine nair, shine nair, shine nair. And yeah, the answer is just to sort of hold shield, and either they do it in place, drifting into you, and then you shine them, or they drift away with it, and then you get time to move. And yeah, that's a very like easy way of dealing with pretty common fox shield pressure. I think again here you get knocked onto ledge, and then like you do aerial and then shield. I think with the defense in general, you again like with the moth thing, you just want to stay in shield a bit longer and sort of wait for your opening more. It feels like you move on like the first beat a lot of the time.
Yeah. It's like 3 times in a row then I got hit straight away.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a good side platform situation.
Yeah. So DI's in, like hard in, right?
Yeah. So what was the? So he DI'd away because it was the back of the shine that hit. So you shine him at 20 from the middle of Yoshi's. You do a good wave dash, and then you should see this sort of DI full away, and just know that you can't get a follow up. Basically, like you should react to the DI and then make a decision to can he land on the platform or not. I'd say here it's pretty obvious to me that he's going to land on the platform just because of how close he is. If he DI'd and ended up like here, can you see my cursor?
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, so if they don't, is that like a no DI? They would go about there, right?
Yeah. No DI or like a slight DI.
Slight DI.
Yeah. Generally, on full DI, if they get the full DI away, you don't usually have time to full hop shine them. I'd say as a general rule. So then from here, and I'd say this is when you're reacting to it is during your wave dash as well. You're like reacting to the DI. So then from here, you can dash under him. If you do like a dash left and then stop, you can set up a 50-50. It's like I was saying before, you can't react to everything from underneath, but you can react to everything other than tech in place, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Just because of how long they take. So for example, if he tech rolls to the right, you can say where my cursor is. You can jump shine him and then hit him on either side and then waveland to either platform. There's like different pros and cons to each sort of follow up here. If he tech rolls to the left, obviously you can do the same thing. If he misses tech, you can cover tech roll left and right with this, like miss tech roll left and right with the same thing. If he does an in-place option, you have to do this specific shine timing to cover it. I'll link you a video afterward with Sechi, who has like a lab video on this. But basically, you're not reacting to whether he does get up attack or regular get up. You're just reacting to the fact that he hasn't rolled. And then you just do a shine at the same timing. And you can do this on every stage. It's just a bit harder on Dreamland because the platform's so high up, which makes it a bit trickier. But yeah, so then if they do tech in place on the side platform, then You just have to kind of read it and go up there and shine. And that's why it's a 50-50.
So you can cover just so I know, you can cover everything with shine apart from taking place, which you have to just cover with shine. So you can cover everything with just shine on its own. Is that right?
Yeah, so you can cover everything with shine, but covering tech in place with shine is a read.
Okay.
Is like the easiest way to describe it, I guess. And ideally, when you're covering tech in place with shine, you want to shine them on the side that's not. So like here, you'd want to hit him on the right hand side of Fox.
Okay.
Because you don't want him to DI to the top platform off of tech in place, because then you don't get a follow up.
And on Mistech, I'm waiting for tech rolls either side, or what do I do if he's just on his back lying down? Just wait.
You just wait until he picks an option. You can cover if he's on his back or on his front as well. I know there's a video a bit ago where somebody was saying you can't, but yeah, you just kind of wait for them to. You're basically confirming if they roll or not, and if they don't roll, you just jump and shine.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's the best. I think that's the best thing to do at this percent, where he's quite low. Because imagine if you did waveland up till here. First of all, it's really, really hard to get there in time before he can tech. And secondly, like again, if he misses tech, then like up tilt at 26, he's just going to DI off the platform and then get out, I feel like. If he was at like 40, then up tilt, shine, waveland, you get your big combo.
I'm always worried about get up attack here as well.
When you're underneath or when you're on the platform?
When I'm underneath. Not so much when I'm on the platform, because I'm normally holding down anyway.
Yeah.
But trying to jump up to side plat, I feel like if I'm a bit late, people recognise it and then just go for get up attack quite a lot on platforms.
Yeah, and that's where this like 50-50 sort of like fixes that, because as long as you're timing it properly, you should never get up attacked.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing you can do in this spot is up air as well.
Yeah.
So up air, I didn't used to like it, but I've changed my mind recently. So if first of all, it covers mistech quite well because they just get sort of popped up. They can slide off DI at this percent, but if Fox is holding slide off DI, it's not the best DI for him on shine a lot of the time. And he's very prone to like you crossing him up, and then he's got really bad DI, for example.
Yeah.
And then also, if it hits his shield, a lot of the time it shield pokes as well. If you space it to hit his back leg, and then you just get free follow up. Like that's what Modest Major does, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've started stealing that recently, but it's not as good at this percent, but it's very good around like 60 or 70, I think. Because if they DI away, you get an edge guard, and if they don't, then you get to combo them.
Yeah, I find if they are still holding out as well, and you hit, you just get a free downer.
Yeah, exactly. In some sense, it's just like a kill. And like I say, it's very forgiving as well, because if they shield, they get poked. It's still safe if they slide off DI a lot of the time. And yeah, it's just a safe option if you don't know what they're going to do. And it covers like tech in place and miss tech. And then if they roll, you still have time to like do something. Not get a true punish, but like sort of pressure them. Yeah, I think that's a good rundown. I will say also on Yoshi's, specifically this flowchart's really good because you have the dare interrupt top platform. I don't know if you've seen me combo with it.
The run off instant dare to aerial interrupt on the platform.
Yeah. So you get a way better follow up on Yoshi's off of this flowchart than you do on other stages just because of that. So it might be something worth learning, but for now, yeah, I'd just focus on trying to learn this 50-50 I talked about.
Okay.
At low percent anyway. Yeah, I will say your combo game off of like the initial pillars like here was very good. And then, yeah, it was just when he ended up landing on a side platform or on FD later on, you'd get like you'd put him out of the range of the pillars, and then you wouldn't really get that good follow-ups afterwards. So
Yeah, I noticed I got a lot of 50-50s that actually went in my favour, and then I just kind of
didn't.
don't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Just don't pull the trigger.
Yeah, so I'd definitely start practicing combos like off of Shine at 35 or whatever, just to get more used to that. So then this is another one. So again, he DIs full away, so he's going to land on the platform here. And then you short hopped, which again could have been up air if you wanted to. Otherwise, you could do the full hop or short hop double jump wave land. And again, if you go for that flowchart, then you just up tilt the mistech, and then you can shine everything else, either with jump shine or push off shine or shield drop shine, whichever you feel is best in the moment. A lot of the time, jump shine's really good. The push off shine only really works on the platforms that are smaller, so like Stadium, for example. If you're in like the middle of Battlefield, if you're on like Battlefield, for example, one of the tech rolls you can't cover because it's too far away with run off shine, but you can cover it with dash jump shine, if that makes sense. Yeah. So the push off shine a lot of the time only works because people hold shield after, but if they like press shine, then they're gonna hit you. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. But again, like you could go for the 50-50 underneath the platform as well if you wanted to. And it's really good reward at this percent as well. So yeah, it's just up to you whether you think you can get the guaranteed follow-up from wave landing onto the platform or whether you want to go for a 50-50. I prefer the 50-50 at the moment just because a lot of people don't know it's a 50-50. So they're like, yeah, I'm going to mix up mistech and tech rolls, and then I'm just like, well, it's the same thing for me. So it's like 100% punish instead. But yeah, I have told Luke about it, so you'd be one of the people to probably mix up a bit better.
Okay, that's good.
I
can practice it on.
Yeah, so this is another one where you get a side platform down air.
I feel like I should have done like fall through down air. I think I could have triple dips.
So the only problem I have with down air is again slide off DI. Because even if he's in mistech here, he can do slide off DI on another down air, and then he'll just like fall to ledge, or he can double jump.
Can he slide off if you just do fall through, like Isaiah drop down air?
Yeah, any sort of down air you can slide off on.
Okay, that's good to know.
So I usually like to go for up tilt here. You can do drop through back air as well, especially if you know they're going to slide off because they're DIing kind of far away. And also if you down smash and they do slide off DI, it's usually pretty bad for them. So here, what would be the options you'd go for, like off the top of your head, other than down air if you were?
I think turnaround up tilt would be the first one I'd think of, and I would down smash, but normally I think of down smash at like 80, 90, not 60.
No, I think that's good. So I would definitely be going for turnaround up tilt, because it actually covers tech in place as well here, and it can cover tech roll left sometimes.
Yeah, if I was a bit more to the left, I could see that.
Yeah, and that's something you can control with your down air, right, as well. So
yeah, I think it was like a double jump one, so I could have easily drifted more to the left on this.
Yeah. Yeah, so you always want to position yourself like on top of them, right? Whereas you kind of fade back.
Yes.
So yeah, so a good 50-50 you can do here is you can do turnaround up tilt, or you can like forward smash or run off shine, or run off shine's probably the hardest punish you can do here. If you want to call out tech roll in, because you do the run off shine, you waveland back on, and then you either go up here and you get a combo up here, or he DIs to the left and then you just down air him.
Okay, I can see that.
So that's the sort of thing I would be going for here. Again, you can try and cover everything on reaction. So to do that, you would you can up tilt and then jump shine the rolls, or you can shine Miss Tech in place, but again they can get spooky stun, which kind of screws up your combo. Or you could just down smash and then forward smash the rolls. But again, it's up to you whether you want to sort of do 50-50s or reaction tech chase everything. I personally think 50-50s are more consistent and a lot of the time a higher reward.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I feel like getting an up tilt here is better than getting a shine, for example.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I'd be looking for there. I was going to say, in a lot of these scraps as well, I feel like back air would have worked really well. So like this one, right? You do a laser, and like this is just kind of a free back air on his full hop.
Yeah, it's like to see that.
A lot of the time when you hit Luke's shield, he would just full hop out. Especially if you were spaced like this. So then, again, that's just a free back air. The best thing he can do is sort of like double jump, but then you still have sort of a mix-up at that point. It's not like you get punished for going for the back air. And yeah, it's just higher reward than the laser, really.
I don't know why I chose
See you again
there
now.
as well.
What's the situation again? Oh, you side beat him.
Should just down smash or F smash.
I think the main problem was that you shielded, which was a bit weird. Because that sort of limited your options.
Yeah.
Because yeah, if you'd have not shielded again, like you say, you could up tilt, down smash, whatever. This is another one you kind of space around him, and then you do this down air, but he hasn't really presented that he's going to do like wave dash forward out of shield is probably what I would be looking to cover with this down air. But yeah, like I say, he's just full hopping every time you're like at that sort of range around his shield. So I would just be spamming backflip, back air. Yeah. I think, did we talk about up tilt here and how they can full hop between?
Yeah, I think we did. I
Okay.
think we spoke about how if they shield the first one or something, they can full hop and just hit you in the head
For the second.
and come down. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, do like up tilt and then dash away is the counter to this. Of course, he can start doing like wave dash towards you, shine after, and that's just the mix up. But
Yeah.
But yeah.
I just think that's an option I'm not even using, so I'll probably have to practice the timing on that actually.
yeah, just getting really good at moving out of up tilt is super important. It's something Westball is actually super good at, and why a lot of his walls are like pretty hard to deal with. I was going to say on this edge guard as well, I felt like you grabbed the ledge at a really awkward timing for yourself.
Yeah.
Just like the timing at which you grab the ledge is actually really important in whether you get the edge guard or not.
It was too early, right? Like I grabbed it like a little bit too early, I'd say.
Yeah, or you could have grabbed it earlier and then you would have been fine because you could have refreshed. Like if you'd have instantly grabbed ledge here, like say shield stop, wave dash back, or shine turnaround, wave dash back, then you would have had time to shine up B and then you could do drop down shine.
Yeah.
But you kind of grabbed it in the middle of the two timings you should go for here. So like if you know you're late, you should actually grab the ledge a bit later than you think. Because by the time he's moving now, you're vulnerable if you are still here. So yeah, just be really careful with your ledge grab timings, and if you are a bit late, then a lot of the time it's good to either grab it even later or not grab it at all. But I think the edge guard was right to go for. You just had the wrong like setup for it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
You're getting caught for this like AC bear up tilt thing a lot as well. You got caught by it last stock. Obviously, when you're in back air, you're kind of stuck here for a while. So it's really good to sort of see what your
Sure.
opponent's doing during the back air.
Yeah.
Uptilt's like the very common option because Falco's trying to contest if Fox sort of like runs in after the back air. But the meta nowadays for Fox is just to full hop over you after you back air. And then that covers spot dodge, it covers up tilt, it covers shine. It's good if you shield for them. So I would... oh, go on.
Do I just use my standard options? Like, I just dash to the right, turn around laser this after the bet.
It depends how they do the full hop. So, because Fox is here, he can actually overshoot his full hop and actually hit you if you try to move away. But then he's not covering these in-place options as well. But if you watch me play Prof, he'll do that a lot, especially at higher percents. Like, if we're in this situation, he'll full hop over me and overshoot the full hop, and then he can land with a back air if he sees me stay here, or he can land with like a driller in there if he sees me move away. So the answer here a lot of the time is actually to either hit Fox out of his jump. For example, you could do a second back air here, or you can like try and run at him, and because he's full hopping, he's not actually like hitting you, right?
I see. Yeah.
So yeah, if you think they're going to do this sort of full hop over you and whiff punish, a lot of the time you want to just move out of the way in some way, like you say. You can roll, you can dash. I really like wave dash as well because it lets you see what they do during a wave dash. And if he does, say, running shine, you'll end up teching it because of the trigger input. Or if he like tries to nair at you, you can hold down and shine. So I really like wave dash here. You can also wave dash towards him if you think he'll like dash dance and then wait a bit longer.
Yeah, I like that actually.
But yeah, this is like super common in the like sort of Fox meta now. Is you whiff this back air, they either dash dance extra long or they full hop over you and beat like the second thing you do. So in fact, this back air isn't the thing that's getting you hit; it's the up till after that's getting you hit. So you want to think about your option after you back air a bit more. And this is just another like shield scenario.
Yeah, it's just a bad shine out shield.
Mm-hmm. And again, if you held shield like a second longer, you would have either got a shine up shield on the snare, or he'd go past you and then you can roll in. If somebody hits you with a high aerial, you can always roll between the aerial and the shine. So that's something to keep in mind as well if you don't want to sort of take the risk of shining out a shield. I did notice a lot of the time when you on like I call it on wake up, when you get like hit from a shine or come out of a tech situation, a lot of the time you rolled in as well, or like moved forward in some way. I don't know if you were aware of that.
No, I didn't think about that.
Okay. So yeah, this is just a pretty common situation in Fox Falco. So Fox shines you, he sort of guesses wrong on the tech chase from the shine, and then you're in this sort of scramble where he has
advantage.
Yeah, he has advantage, and he can either choose to like rush you down and try and hit you with his advantage, so he can do like running shine or run up grab, up smash, nair, like all that stuff. Or he can sort of play it a bit more defensively, and he can do stuff like dash dance, or he can full hop in place, dash wave, dash back, stuff like that. And this situation is just all about reading how he's going to play it, basically. Like, is he going to try and run up and hit me, or is he going to wait for me to throw something out? And if you were playing Prof, he would just dash dance here every single time and either grab your roll or grab your, like, I see you do dash tack a few times as well. And again, it's like I was saying before, where people sort of think they're mixing up, but they're not. Like, if you're doing roll and dash tack, they can just pick the same thing and it'll beat both. So if he's doing lots of waiting and dash dancing and stuff, I would be looking to do stuff like full hop waveland, or you can dash dance. You can jump over and try and hit him with a laser as well. I do that a lot against Prof when he's sort of trying to wait me out. I just kind of steal the initiative and put a laser in his face, and then suddenly I've got advantage, right?
Yeah.
Um,
It feels pretty scary to do wake up laser off of
Yeah.
knockdown. I think that's why a lot of the time I go for the. I don't know why it shouldn't feel any scarier, but I just go for like dash attacks or roll ins.
Yeah, I mean, it is scary if he chooses to aggress and runs up to you and shines, like you can die for doing the laser.
Yeah.
But the difference is, most people shoot a laser in place here, and it's like if he runs up to you, then he's going to shine you and kill you, or if he dash dances, you just get a laser, and you're like kind of far away, so you don't get much off of it. Whereas if I do dash at him and laser, like if I guess right, I'm in a really good position, but I'm taking the same risk of dying. So like it's just better risk reward a lot of the time to just run at him with the laser instead of lasering in place, which a lot of Falcos do. So I'd be thinking about dash dance, full hop waveland. You can also like backflip and then get ready to either bear if you see him run in, or laser if you see him sort of waiting or jumping. But yeah, just think about this situation a bit more. It's really easy to see it whenever you watch Fox Falco, because it happens pretty much any time Fox gets to shine. This situation happens. And Mango's really good at it as well. Like he does a lot of like run up shield as well if he thinks they'll play sort of aggressive. But yeah, versus Luke, you see how he does like dash dance and then wave dash down?
Yes.
So if that was me, I would have like approaching lasered him and then he'd be getting shined or shield pressured. Or I would have done full hop, waveland, and then he's wave dashing down here and I'm up here, and now we're sort of in like a neutral scenario. Whereas you just kind of roll in and like, you know, he should have hit you probably. The roll-ins... Yeah, the roll-in's only good if like you think he's going to rush you down, and then you get to sort of roll out for free, and now he's in the corner. So it is good to go for sometimes, but it should be like a really hard read on your part instead of like a standard option you go for. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see how this time you're close to shield, and then you just back air him for full hopping as well.
Yes. Yeah.
So I feel like when you're getting these sorts of hits, it's going really well for you. So like I say, either back air his initial jump or kind of space around him and then back air him coming down is just really good in these like close range scraps. And then you miss the wave dash. But I mean, I feel like that game like USD'd at 0, I'm pretty sure, or like pretty close to 0. And there were a lot of spots like think about like if you were better out of shield, like I'm pretty sure you would have 2 or 3 stocked him that game, because his only hits came from like
me being like angsty.
yeah, and like he just nared you moving out of shield basically.
Yeah,
was I think one of the only big interactions you won, and then his punish game obviously like killed you off of it. But you know, if that flips the other way and you get a shine out of shield, then you know it could be a 3 stock for you instead of a 1 stock for him.
Yeah.
So watch a bit of this game as well. I think the main things I want to talk about again were, like you say, the combos after you finished the pillar.
Yes.
And then there was a few more of those wake up scenarios as well. Yeah, so you see how this roll worked out as well?
Yeah.
So you're in like a sort of close range scrap and you don't have time to like shine him or whatever, so you just roll out, and now he has advantage here, but he can't like true punish you, so it's just the same as the shine situation where you have to either read him playing aggressive or defensive. And again, he plays it quite defensive, he like full hops in place. So something good here would be like dash dance, and then you would have seen him full hop and then you could laser him or try and pressure his landing. Yeah, I think you just need to be a bit less scared on wake up, basically. Because it does feel bad because like he's got more time to move than you do, but it's about like what he does with that time that's important.
That should just be the best.
So I like this combo. I don't think he actually had time to forward smash there. So I like the lasers. I would have got a bit closer with my lasers. So I would have drifted forward here and ended up like right on the edge, just because it's easier to cover options from when you're closer to the ledge, right?
Yeah, you can do the run off double jump, lasers or down smash or.
Yeah, and it's just like you can be more precise with your timings, right? Because you had to run a bit first before you could set up this down air. Whereas I think if you'd have been like next to the ledge, you could have done like down air in place, and then it would be easier to cover this high angle, for example. Or like you say, you could do the run off fast fall double jump down air. I think if you are going to go for this down air as well, you want to do it a bit lower, like fast fall further and then double jump, because then it's easier to cover this high angle because you're in the air for less time. Like you would have landed earlier and then you could down smash or something.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it's really important to put yourself in like lag for the least amount of time possible when you're edge guarding, just because it lets you cover more options. That's unfortunate.
There's no roll in.
Yeah. Yeah, so again, like if you watch what Fox does, he just kind of like jumps in place after he whiffs. And yeah, like if you just didn't move into him, then you'd be off scot-free. You also caught him so much with like the movement between stocks of just like dashing through him or like the wave dash back stuff, which I found kind of funny. It's good.
I do it everyone. Nobody hit it.
Yeah, it's because they have to make a read and they're just used to sort of like reacting to where you're going, but then you just move through them and they're like, oh shit. This is just unfortunate spacing around the
around the back air. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I will say also, when you do this like sort of run through them stuff, once you get to a certain distance, your goal should just be to get a laser out at this point.
Yes.
Just because then you're not, playing this bad neutral where he's faster than you on the ground. If you see him whiff and you move the other direction, you can pretty much always get a laser out if you're far enough away. There's a better example of this later on that I'll point out. But yeah, like if you'd have saved there, if you'd have got the laser out, like this situation would have never happened. But you go for like full hop double jump lasers instead or whatever it was, so turns out a bit worse than it should. I will say for shield pressure as well, you should he hasn't been like shining out shield or anything, so you can just kind of do whatever you want on a shield. I really like shine grab on FD because the punish off of it is pretty good, and even if they get to jump out, you're still in a nice position.
Well, just going for that up throw shine.
Yeah, or you can up throw and then wait for them to double jump and then hit them coming down, and that's really good as well. If they're good at DIing the throw. But yeah, he's like I said, he's just been full hopping out of shield and that's it really. So you can just sort of hit him before his jump comes out, or you could just hit him before his jump comes out, like shine aerial or shine grab, double shine, whatever really. Yes, this is one I would go for a forward air or weak back air instead. Probably forward air in this spot. He DI'd in, so you get forward air down smash.
Could I have just down smashed off the net?
Maybe. It was really close. That's why the forward air is good, because like it just puts them so close to you and it's very easy to just down smash them off of it. This combo does work sometimes, but I think you want... It's better when Fox is a bit closer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think you could have got down air off of it. And I think he DI'd away. Maybe. But yeah, this is just why I forward air here. It's just because it kind of removes the ambiguity, right, of whether you can get this or not, because it's very hard to tell.
Yeah.
Another thing you can do here as well is you can do you can run up to them and then either down tilt or forward smash, and that's a mix up as well. Which, if they DI away on forward smash at 40, they're just dead. So it can be pretty good for getting some like easy kills sometimes. But I think going for the Nair or Fair is good there too. But yeah, I'm definitely liking these like dash dances around his full hops and stuff that you're doing. I think it's working out quite well. Yeah, so like this one, right? I think this is the one I was talking about.
Yeah, I can easily get a laser once I get that wave dash back through.
Yeah, like you're dashing away and you see him whiff a full hop Nair on the other side of the stage. Like it's just a free laser instead of like you do double jump, I think. Or yeah, you're just like moving for too long, basically.
Okay.
Because like he's already whiffed 2 attacks, and you should be like keeping a mental track of like how long he's got left on his invincibility. So he spawned on the left side of the stage, and then he whiffed a short up air, and then he whiffed full hop Nair. Like his invincibility's gone now.
Yeah.
So as soon as he lands, pretty much. So yeah, that's just like a free laser. Nice. There was a couple of times you wave dashed the wrong way as well. In both games. So like here you crossed him up with the down air, so then you needed to shine wave dash to the right.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you just lose your follow up if you wave dash the wrong way. I think you should weight your like option selection a lot more around full hop on FD as well. Like I think this risk is pretty bad to take on FD specifically because a lot of foxes just kind of spam like full hop drill.
The second approach and laser, do you mean?
Yeah. So I would be looking to do like half approaching laser or another laser in place or dash dance or something like that. Whereas I feel like you went for this a few times and like yeah, he gets full hop up air and then probably should have hit you. Yeah, this is another one where you could like back air. And then even if he did this double jump right, you could just up tilt him when he's coming down. Or something like that.
Do you mean backflip?
Yeah, yeah, like after the up tilt.
Ah, I see, yeah. This might be a shine.
Yeah, I definitely think when you hit him sort of like spaced on his shield a bit like here, just always dash away instead of dashing into him. Because he's just either full hopping or short hop aerialing out of shield. So you want to be spacing around it rather than trying to hit him out of it.
Okay, that was something similar I had versus Marth as well, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was playing that mid-range and just running into him after shield pressure him.
Yeah, because like, you're actually minus here. You see how you're in lag. So a lot of the time, so aerials a lot of the time are minus on shield, or pretty much all the time with Falco. But it's a good situation a lot of the time because you have shine, which is 1 frame, obviously. But the only reason why shine gives you like a good pressure sequence is because you have to be right like next to them. Because if you're here, like shine isn't going to hit right, so your fastest move, like he can move faster than you. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, he has to move out of shield, but like if he's jumping out of shield, it's the same as if he wasn't in shield. So he's actually got advantage here, but you have the fact that you can dash, which means you can outspace him. So you need to sort of like play to that strength.
Yeah, because if I just turn around lasered, I think it would just be that back end.
Yeah. Whereas like if you run at him, like he's faster than you because his jump squat's quicker, right? So he's just going to win. And you're already minus as well, so yeah, it's sort of a bad idea.
That was the same thing.
Yeah.
The approaching laser shine.
Yeah, this one again. So yeah, on FD I would be much more prone to do like half approaching laser. Because if you do half approaching laser here, you end up here with your laser where my cursor is instead of where you are. And then your laser comes out as he's landing. And you have a huge window to react during your laser as well to whether he full hopped. So it's just really easy to punish this coming down. And like the way they deal with it is they start doing stuff like dash JC up smash out of lasers. But if he's whiffing that on the center of FD, like that's pretty good for you, right?
Yeah, I can shield that or shine out a shield or whatever.
Yeah, or even just wait. Like if you just do dash dance after laser, he's like putting himself in lag for no reason. So then, yeah, you just get to hit him. That was another one of the bad jumps we talked about as well.
Yes.
Especially on this one, you DI'd away on up smash, so there's like pretty much no reason to jump.
No, it should have just been a wiggle out laser or just wiggle out shield or something.
Yeah, I will admit he can do like run up down tilt here, but I feel like at your level people are just going to read the jump rather than play this next sort of level. Yeah, do you see how I think he spaced the laser a bit better here? Or it's just because of how he was spaced, but you end up at this range instead, which is way better for you.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised he DI'd in on this there. There's like not much reason on this Nair, sorry.
Yeah, and then I don't think I was expecting it either.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he actually DI'd it in.
Yeah, so here I'd be thinking about single hit up air up tilt. Or shine, or you can do weak back air and then turn around up tilt. You can also do the run like forward smash or down tilt here as well.
At the moment, I've been practicing the single hit up air. Shine.
Yeah, I think that's the best one to go for. The answer on their end is to SDI up or to the side and then jump out.
Yeah.
But if they're SDIing up, like, you know, the world is your oyster. You can kind of do anything you want to them. And, like, I think I've only played against 3 people ever that will SDI it, so it's a pretty, like, good standard to have, I think. Really. How does this happen? Yeah, if you do go for the Nair as well, you can actually just tech chase in the corner off of this as well. So what you'd go for is you'd walk or wave dash towards him, and then you can just like do the crouch tech chase next to him.
Yes.
So then you can forward smash or like dash up shine, all of his options. If you do want to go for the Nair, or if you do end up going for the Nair there and then he like by accident or whatever.
He just does that up for a double shine. I missed DI on the.
I think the mistake beforehand was the down air you did again.
Oh, the Nair on his shield, you mean? Or...
No, so you missed the tech chase here, and then you down air.
Oh, I see.
And he full hops over you.
Yes.
So again, like, he isn't trying to move towards you. Like, either you thought this down air would hit him, which he didn't have time for, or you thought he would move forward into the down air. I'm gonna guess you thought it would hit him.
Yeah, I thought he'd be a bit more scared in the corner.
Yeah. So again, like, he's just been full hopping in the scrap pretty much every time, right? So I'd be again looking to dash back air this. And then, you know, he's off stage at 70 or whatever. Yeah, again, the roll was good. I think this Nair was okay because, like, if he'd have jumped, I think it would have caught him. So it's, like, decent reward. But again, like, you could have just dash danced and then back aired his jump, or you could do dash wave, dash back, and then aerial him coming down. There's just like safer ways to deal with full hop, I guess, here.
Yeah.
Or you just thought the Nair would hit, and then that's just like, you need to recognize that it's a mix up here instead of just you getting to hit him. So yeah, I definitely tried to not do this sort of down air in place when you're close, and instead look to dash away and back air him more. Would be like my replacement. Yeah, and that's just a mix-up at that point. Okay, so I think we've got a few decent like things to work on in the matchup.
yeah, I think the platform stuff, going for the 50/50s on that,
Hmm.
um, will really help my Punish game.
Yeah.
And the lasers in movement on respawn and the just replacing the nares and things like that with a back air. Oh, and back airing out of doing an AC bear too.
Yeah, just like thinking about what they're doing and what you're doing off of back air. A lot of the time, I feel like it just boils down to Falcos sort of defend themselves when they don't need to. Um, so like I think the AC back air situation and the situation where you got knocked down by the shine, I feel like in the same way you just thought you would get hit in both of those, so then you threw something out to defend yourself. But
Yeah,
you just got to think one level ahead and be like, he knows I can do this, so he's gonna wait and then hit me instead. So then you need to either like steal the initiative from him or move away and avoid the situation. Just basically using that extra bit of time they give you where they're waiting something out is just really useful to do.
yeah, I can see that. I
Um,
wonder if it's because Falco feels slow. I think that's why.
yeah, and it's just like I think in the early days as well, a lot of people just ran into Falco after and got hit by like all these up tilts and shines and spot dodges. But people are just like more aware now and sort of wait it out.
Yeah,
Um, it's kind of like Moth as well, right? Where they just kind of like dash stands and wait for you to whiff and then hit you. Um,
yeah, yeah, it's really similar.
and I think versus a lot of people, if you don't give them those openings, they kind of don't know how to force a hit versus Falco. So then the game becomes a lot easier. Um, but yeah, were there any other questions about the sets, or do you think that sums it up?
No, I think there's some of the holes that I thought I had anyway, so that's
Okay.
quite good.
Um, yeah, so I don't know what you want to do in terms of like you could still use the NetPlay Discord to find foxes, or you could just do matchmaking until you find a fox and then play them. It's kind of weird now to like find games, I guess, for
Yeah,
specific
the
people.
Discord's dead now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Completely.
So it might be worth DMing people, like especially Luke. He'd be down to play whenever.
Yeah, I've got
Um,
Luke, I've got CPM,
yeah.
and a few other foxes that I can. I don't think there's any weight in doing it with Little Rice though.
Right.
Obviously, we play each other all the time, so I don't know how much value there is in like analyzing a set with someone you play or you've played like every week for like a few years.
Yeah. And it's probably better to go with people like Luke or CPM in terms of like watching the sets.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. Okay. So I'll write those notes up then. And yeah, I think that's it. Unless there's anything else.
No, no, that sounds good.
All right. Sick. Well, that's good talk. And yeah, I'll send out a link. I can send you one after this actually, and I need to send you that Sechi video as well.
Okay, yeah, yeah, actually. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, I'll see you in a
Alright.
bit then, dude.
Yep, speak to you in a bit, man.
See ya.